Hi, my name is Cheryl Spangler, and I want to tell you about a project launching on Cardano called socialgiving.io. So we're looking at the site right now, and I want to try to explain this in layman terms. I've created a very remedial diagram to give you an idea of what the purpose of this site is, what the purpose of this platform is, and how you might be someone that could benefit from it. So it's social giving on the blockchain, and I'm just going to read the vision of ESC, which is going to be and is currently the cryptocurrency community coin associated with this platform. The ESC vision is to build a social giving network that empowers business owners around the world. It's pretty broad, but the specific purpose is to provide businesses, that could be entrepreneurs, someone small, medium, large business, everywhere, the ability to create digital assets as a launch pad to awareness, impact, increase sales, basically connect yourself and tie yourself to a social issue. So I'm going to explain, and you might think everyone who is a business out there vying for you to buy their products and services is connected to a social issue, but that is not correct. Actually, 66% in 2021, 66% or more businesses actually are very challenged and confused on how to tie a social issue to their company and promote it and market it and get it out, brand awareness to consumers, to buy and sell to buy their product or service, or engage in their with their company, or become a community advocate and rally as a fan, because they're not really tied to a social mission, or if they are, they're not really presenting it in a way that people even know about it. So the purpose of this socialgiving.io is to start small. It's to provide a framework for anyone who's an entrepreneur, small, medium, or large size business, or even institution, to start integrating themselves into new innovative technologies like the blockchain and connect themselves to a social issue using mission-based NFTs. This is something I created. It's not brand new. If you Google mission-based, I don't know, I am not the originator of this idea, but there isn't anything that I know of like this on the blockchain. If you find something, please drop a comment and tell me, and I would love to connect with that person, that company, that organization. But mission-based NFTs was created through the proposal that I put together for Fund 6 on the Cardano blockchain. It's Fund 6 within the Catalyst, which is basically inside the Cardano blockchain community. You can propose something to be launched, and you can request for funding anyway. That is kind of a side issue, but that is where this evolved from. Backstory is I have been basically on this personal inner mission to enhance social connectedness. And it's been very confusing for people, like, what does that mean? And so I've gone through like all these different methods of doing it. Some of them absolutely crazy, some of them really cool, and some of them kind of off topic, off what people would be interested in. But I basically took every route to try to reach people to enhance social connectedness. What does that mean? It means eradicate social isolation is the ultimate goal of social giving. It's you have a specific idea of where you would like the money in your company to be given, like a charity, an organization, or fund something that you are really passionate about as like the company owner or single entrepreneur. And you're looking for a way, one, to get people interested in what you're interested in, to fund and provide and raise more money. It's basically fundraising, and also do it in a way that is fun, and a way that engages new and innovative technology like the blockchain, and in a way where the people who give don't just give money, but they actually get something back the minute they give money, and they get to communicate, they get to contribute to your mission. So let me just go through a quick diagram. You are either one of three people on the left side. You have no link to a mission So you have to identify it, create a plan, launch the plan, and give to the mission. Or you have a social mission, so you need to, and you have it predetermined in your mind, okay, as the head of your group, organization, or whatever. So then you need to create a plan, launch the plan, and that predetermined mission gets completed and done, carried out. Or your number 3, again, which is you have a social mission, idea, area, a social issue in the world you want to focus on, and you want to create awareness of it, launch that to the world, but the community that you have now gathered or that you already had and added to gets to decide the actual specific mission that you carry out. And that is pretty cool, because that allows people to be so much more involved, right? They get to vote on what you do. And how many times have you donated money to any number of things and you have no idea if the money actually gets there? And what if you wanted to be a part of the final thing and you don't want it predetermined? And so in some cases, that's third kind of person or organization or group. And so here's how socialgiving.io helps facilitate these things of identifying, creating, launching, and giving. We do it on the blockchain. And in this case of this project and this platform, it is done on Cardano. And I will have another video about Cardano for the layman person. And I'm going to do another video actually about what is the blockchain for the layman person. Because I think that's important, because a lot of people will not invest time or energy or money into like doing this unless they understand more about the technology that I'm even talking about. But here's how socialgiving.io performs these things on the left-hand side for these 3 types of people. We are going to help you identify your social mission. If it's already identified, create mission-based NFTs, which stands for non-fungible token. Now, I may do another video on what is a non-fungible token, but it is basically a uniquely identified digital art, and that could be anything from music, could be audio, could be graphics, could be it could be a video, it could be a series of things linked together, it could be anything digital can be a non-fungible token. Something that is uniquely identified and does not exist another copy of, or you're the originator, and therefore you own it and you are selling it on the blockchain and they pay for it with cryptocurrency. So mission-based NFTs is the idea of creating digital art. That's why I have this here on the computer. Creating a piece of digital art, okay, that is unique. It's called an NFT, non-fungible token. And when someone buys it on the blockchain with cryptocurrency, they store it in a digital wallet. A lot of times I know that when I first got started in NFTs, I was like, so what happens after I buy this digital piece of art? Like, where do I keep it? Where do I keep it? And so this is actually still, lots of applications are being created, lots of people are developing things, but basically it is a digital piece of art, and it is called an NFT, and it is stored in a digital wallet. And so there is a big learning curve in just these 3 things. And I would like to be able to do a different video on each one of these, but here I want to do a high-level overview. So let's just say you say to yourself, I want to do this. I want to create some NFTs, okay, some digital art. Let's just say 1,000 pieces. And I would like to sell them on the blockchain, create them and sell them. And I would like to tie them to a mission. But I don't know how to do all this. And so that is the purpose of socialgiving.io, is to facilitate the creation and launching and delivery and assistance in this process. But basically, this is what mission-driven or mission-based NFTs are, okay? Digital art, NFT, stored in a digital wallet, purchased by consumers, your community, people you're trying to make aware of your link to your social mission. So in socialgiving.io, what we've done is we've community coin identified like this. It's already been created. It's already been minted on the Cardano blockchain. It is a cryptocurrency identified as a community coin. It will have value. It will be able to also be sold on an exchange and purchased, bought, sold, traded on an exchange. And its identifier is ESC. And it stands for Enhancing Social Connectedness. And so the socialgiving.io site and platform itself has its own cryptocurrency, and that is the ESC coin. It is currently not launched. It will be launched in early 2022, and you will be able to purchase it. It is currently not available to be purchased at this time. But the thing is, when you become a member or part of socialgiving.io, you get these a certain amount of ESC coins. And so you can be either a public member of the socialgiving.io platform, or you can be a private member of the socialgiving.io platform. And the difference between the two is if you already have a set of non-fungible token digital art, and you just want to be affiliated and associated and promoted and get get more eyeballs on your product and your project, then you become a public member. You get on the website. You can go to socialgiving.io and fill out the form, and you'll be emailed information about the differences between public and private membership and what's involved in that, and how you can become, a part and be on the site. So public member is literally all-inclusive. Everyone who has a social mission they're wanting to pursue, or they have a social issue, they're connecting their business or their product, and you already have non-fungible token art, you would be a public member. And a private member is someone who says, I like what I see on this left side, and I haven't done any part of that, and I want you to help. I want you to help get us identified, created, and launched. And that is the private membership. And each one comes with a certain number of airdropped, meaning free, ESC tokens. So before ESC token even launches on exchanges, you will own some at the current price of, I don't know right this second, okay? And so the third step in this entire socialgiving.io is, 1, you create mission-based NFTs. 2, you receive community token that represents the socialgiving.io site. And 3, you carry out the mission, because that is the whole point. You're basically creating a link from yourself to a social issue, sharing it with the world, bringing awareness to it through digital art. But the person who buys your NFT actually also gets the NFT. They get value in the digital asset that they just purchased, and their money goes to fund your social mission project. So it's a win-win. Whoever buys your NFT is investing in a piece of digital art themselves that they then own, that will forever be theirs, or they can choose to sell it in the future, trade it, or just basically hold it, sell it, or trade it. So they own a piece of digital art that represents your organization that you've chosen to create and to put on the blockchain for sale, and they own that. So, but they also are contributing money, which in the end funds your mission. So the question is, in the mission, mission-based NFTs are on the blockchain. Community tokens are on the blockchain. But the mission is carried out in real life, and that is the goal, to truly enhance social connectedness and reduce social isolation. We cannot do everything online. It has to be that we engage the innovative technology online, but we carry things out in the real world, because that is where we live, and that is where we wake up every day, and that's where we go to bed every day. So that's what we are most concerned about. So the question is, what mission would you like to engage with and help promote? Well, that's where socialgiving.io comes. We're going to be reaching out and trying to get all companies focused on social good. And there needs to be a place, and there are already places, there are already websites, but there needs to be a blockchain place where social good congregate. And you can say, look up topics, and you can sift and sort by social issues and people who have, art, digital art representing those social issues, and buy something that relates to it and find something cool. And in the process, you're helping for them to achieve their mission. So the mission is real life mission, whatever that is to you, whether you're planting trees or building a garden for a schoolyard or helping rebuild a city water system, whatever it is, you're helping drive money to serve and perform that specific physical real world mission. And that's what these are for. It's about working together. So I would love feedback on this. This is kind of an overview of the site. If I go back to it, that's what this means when it says featured projects. These are people that, and companies, businesses, entrepreneurs. You could be just a one woman show, or you could be an institution. And just to give you an example of like Visa. Okay, Visa is a huge organization, and they have a section on their site about social impact. Visa is committed to advancing inclusive, equitable, blah, blah, blah. Also, we really need to dumb things down and get layman terms here on everything. Now you might say, well, we already know what economic growth is. That's fine. But I want to know exactly what they're doing, when, where, and who. So I did go down. Their focus is they help small and micro businesses. They help to finance small to micro businesses. They help to people access to digital payment accounts. Okay, they help communities. I'm like looking down further because I want to know in 10 seconds or less, what is the thing you're doing? Where is it? And if I buy your stuff, what is my money going to do? I like this because they have it and I can find it and I can look down through it. But I want to know more. I want to know more specific. Things are getting micro. Communities are becoming micro, meaning you need to narrow down, and when you narrow it down more. When you narrow down more, get more specific. What is the one thing that you're going to put money toward? Because that's what people are going to buy into your stuff to help you do. And so let me just go to this 1 second. Everywhere in the world right now, and until you look for it, you don't realize, but what are the social impact companies and why do they matter? They matter because basically 78% of Americans expect companies to go beyond making profits. They must also positively impact society. I guarantee that you would buy a pair of shoes from a company that was passionate about a social issue that you're passionate about over a pair of shoes from a company that has really no connection to any social issue, and they're just trying to make profit off you buying their shoes. Another thing, if I look up right now, 6 biggest problems facing businesses today, the number 2 problem is that companies are having challenges integrating technology into their company. And part of this is they don't really have a dedicated group associated to the blockchain, but the blockchain is the newest technology. And it's not new like yesterday. It's new like 10 years from today, okay? 10 years ago, Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin is not the entire world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, by the way, okay? It is simply one blockchain. There are many blockchains, and on top of those blockchains are many cryptocurrencies. And on top of those platforms are many applications, which is why there's thousands of coins. And I'm going to do a separate video actually about what is blockchain, like dummy version, because I think that's what people need, because it's what I needed. And another example, this is an article, this is a 28-page article by a company called Porter, Novelli & Cohn. Now, but they have this 28-page document that I absolutely love every single word of, and it's about purpose-driven companies. And I wanted to just come down here, if you're still with me, on it's basically about purpose-driven brands will lead in the marketplace. And this is new, meaning everyone knows they need to be purpose-driven, but as I said in the very beginning, more than 66% of companies know they need to do it, but they don't know how to do it. And they don't know where to start because they think they have to go really big. And what I'm doing in socialgiving.io is basically allowing them to do it, but start small. Start with one thing, one way to engage people of all ages. This is just some information. Purpose is more than just a trend. It's a new norm. It's expected. It's expected. And there's no issue off limits. And it is the new way that loyalty programs are created around. The purpose is the redefining loyalty. Okay, the old adage that you get a loyalty card and every time you come back, we'll stamp you a couple times, and once you do 10, we'll give you a free one. That's not loyalty anymore. It's like people don't want to carry anything with them anymore. So let me just scroll down to this real quick, and then I'm going to end this. It's been 21 minutes. benefits to leading with purpose. This is just a quick page I would like to highlight, which is that 80% of consumers would buy a product or service from a company who is purpose-driven. But a lot of companies are purpose-driven, but no one knows what that purpose is. They just like it's in their website, or it's on their materials, or it's somewhere, but it's not. It's like they posted it on their Facebook page. But everyone knows that no one sees anything on the Facebook page unless you actually like that page. So it really doesn't matter if you're posting stuff on your Facebook page if no one actually has liked the Facebook page. So it's not about Facebook. YouTube is great too. Be on YouTube, do videos, video. But 88% would buy products and service from a company who has a purpose. 85% would support that company in their community. 68% would work for the company. Now you're talking about bringing in excellent talent, okay, because they like what you stand for. And 54% would invest in that company simply by not even being involved. They just want to give money because they love who you are and what you do. So that is, and then this is just a Forbes article that says the 14 effective ways to tie a social mission into your business. And one is focus on relevant missions. And to me, that means like narrow down what you're going to do with the money. Take a purpose-first approach, appeal to the masses. Start small. This was the important part of this one. Starting small counts, and it can be something you know serves a purpose. For example, donate a small percentage of profit to a cause that you're passionate about. That's kind of what I'm saying with the NFTs. It's not an end-all right now. It's not the solution. It is one small solution. So I would definitely encourage you, if you are interested in knowing more about how to get involved, how to be a part of this, and if you even think for a second that you might want to raise money for a social issue that you are passionate about, come to socialgiving.io and click Getting Started. You will be prompted for your name, your email, where you heard about us, what entity, whether you're an individual or business, and what social issue. And if you don't see it here, enter it in, press submit, and you'll get a response. And I hope to see you guys on the socialgiving.io.
The sun is shining, I knew it would. The world's a playground, I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all